get shocked.
Ba, ba, ba.
Terrible.
Put that gut up to your head.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
I'm feeling blind. Who said that?
Brava! Brava! So hey there, folks. Welcome to episode 16 of KJNA Podcast. I'm Jay.
And I'm the K.
Why are you so... Stop.
I'm super excited.
Are you super excited? Because that seemed kind of
Look
creepy.
how excited I am to be the K on the KJNA Podcast.
Ew. Yeah, no, stop it.
Okay.
Anyways.
KJNA Podcast, episode 16.
Yeah, what he said. So this week's episode, we're doing Vampire Hunter D, and because we were finally untraumatized from episode 5.
Oh god, the trauma.
Took 11 episodes.
11 episodes dealing with
A lot of trauma.
the trauma from that and from a stranger. We really need to find another trauma-inducing episode because I feel like a lot of the ones we've been doing recently were
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, our last episode was Your Name, so... yeah, so good.
God damn it.
So
It rivaled Ghibli, man.
It really did.
So good.
It really did.
Fuck.
Holy crap.
But I'll tell you, Bloodlust
Is a
this
way better version of Vampire Hunter D.
better than the original.
Holy crap.
People had this thing. Oh shit! What is it called? It's personality. Yeah, yeah. And there was
This animation quality.
better animation quality, and
God, yes.
oh shit! What is the word? Story development. Right?
Outside of foreheads.
Yes.
Outside of foreheads.
Outside of massive foreheads, they decided to give them increasing hairlines, as opposed to receding.
Actual, stuff that was to scale.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Christina Ricci. I'm pretty sure I made some terrible jokes about your forehead in comparison to their foreheads, and that you could probably play one of them in the movie.
She's heard it before. She'll get over it.
I mean, she's so hot.
Yeah, good
And
for
she
you.
has bangs, not bangs.
Good for you. Cover up that forehead,
Sweep.
bro.
Little sweep.
Little sweep. Little swoop.
Little swoop.
Good.
Little swoop.
Christina Ricci. So let's hear some of them voice actors.
So, in comparison to the original, this is still a high mid tier, I would say. So IMDb 7.6 out of 10 with 32,000 users. Rotten Tomato 72% with 32 reviews on the Tomato Meter. 86% from 25,000 ratings for the audience score. My Enemy List 7.9 out of 10, 82,676 users, and Google users 95. And that one I could not find actual user numbers on, but still 95%. That's not.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll give them that. It was way better than the original, and
by freaking far.
The story doesn't involve massive forehead girl at all because D ain't got time for just one.
Nah, man.
And I don't even think he tapped that before he left, but.
Yeah, he ain't trying to make no damn babies. He's not trying to have children to go through the same thing he went through when he was a child.
But one of the things that caught me in this one was that I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong, but they called them vampeels in the first one, and I think they called them dunpeels.
Yeah, they changed the origin name.
Yeah, the half vampire, half human.
But I mean, that's not something new in media because they did the same thing with Devil May Cry.
Did they call them dunpeels?
No, they
recently or
the Nephilim. They called them Nephilim in the remake. But
the remake was good though.
The remake was good, but people were used to the original, and it was just taking them too long to put out a new game for that series. So they were like, let's try to remake it and see if it inspires people to come back to the series.
Yeah.
And it kind of did.
I did not like the originals.
Well, because I mean, that's early PlayStation. Though.
Right.
That was still within the first round of games for.
Yeah. But I mean, I tried a few different versions of it,
Like,
and
I
it's kind of like
loved-
Assassin's Creed. Like, I tried a bunch of Assassin's Creeds, but I just cannot get into them.
I think the amount of stealth that you have to put yourself into in comparison to other games where you have to be stealthy for certain instances.
I love stealth games.
I mean, I love
but for
stealth
some
games
reason,
too.
Assassin's Creed, I just could not like.
But you're blatantly
into
dressed
it.
as a fucking assassin
Yeah.
trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
No. Tenchu, the ninja assassin.
Oh, Tenchu.
You're a freaking ninja. So yeah,
bringing
you're
it way
going
back there now, but
but you're dressed as a ninja, and it's nighttime, so you're in a stealth environment. Whereas you're going on a mission in Assassin's Creed as a guy dressed in all fucking white in broad goddamn daylight. I'm going to climb up this freaking tower, and then I'm going to jump off and try to kill this motherfucker midair. Whoop, whoop.
and then
and not get caught. Yeah. Really.
Well, I mean, with the way that video games work, it's like you murder and everyone goes, "Oh God, that's a murder!"
Exactly.
And
You've got some squeamish motherfuckers like
15 seconds later, they're like, "What was I doing? Oh, I was getting apples."
Yeah.
And then you go back and
about
go walking
that.
about their day. Like, it's no big deal.
Nope.
It's fine.
Nope. I mean, yeah, the Assassin's Creed movie wasn't great, but
Haven't seen it. Glad to say that.
But it wasn't terrible. I enjoyed the concept, and Netflix is even developing a series for it.
I heard that they were doing that.
That and something else.
The closest thing I've come to getting into an Assassin's Creed one was the one in America,
Okay.
where you played as an Indian, as a Native American, who was kicking ass and taking names in the colonies.
Oh, yeah.
And also Black Flag.
Okay, so you actually played the pirate one and the.
Yes, I probably
colonized.
got like 4 or 5 hours into both of those. That's about the longest I've gotten into an Assassin's Creed game.
Okay. It's not
My
terrible.
kids, on the other hand, my oldest ones, they play Black Flag, like obliterated that game. Like, let's play it until we beat every ship in the game.
Nah, not this guy.
I don't have time for that.
Not this guy. Devil May Cry was my shit though. Devil May Cry was my shit.
The new Devil May Cry, I beat it.
I've beaten every single Devil May Cry.
No, I have not.
Every single one. Even the remake too.
I'm also pretty picky, but you know what? It's my life. I'll do what I want.
Devil May Cry 3, I think, stands as probably my favorite installment of the game, outside of the remake. Which is, once again, some people didn't like it, but you know what?
It was fun.
It was a great original concept
Yeah.
in comparison. I mean, yeah, no, they're not really Nephilim, because I could have sworn that Nephilim were the,
Angels, weren't they?
congruency of angel and human, not angel and demon. But okay. If you want to change that.
Well, I mean, you got to change it a little bit if it's going to be a remake, like the new Marvel movies. They got to change it a little bit from the comics.
Yeah. But you can't label this universe 616, even though that's what they've done. They've labeled it 616, even though the comic books are really more 616, because that's exactly what the comic books are. 616. Yeah. You've changed a lot. Anyway,
So,
we're talking about
Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's hear some voice actors on this shit with Captain Longsword. He had a real long sword.
I mean, Sephiroth did too.
He was quite Sephiroth-y.
Yeah, a little bit. But director for this one was Yoshiaki Kawajiri, who did Wicked City, Ninja Scroll, and he did X the series.
We've seen like half of those.
Well, you haven't seen
You've
the series.
seen the series. I have not seen the series.
I've seen at least I've seen 2/3 of that list.
What was the other one?
It was Wicked City, which we haven't done yet.
Is that an actual movie unto itself?
Yeah, that's a movie.
Putting it on the list.
If it's not already on the list.
It's on the list now.
There you go. But this take on Vampire Hunter D, in comparison to the first one, this one is based on Vampire Hunter D Volume 3, Demon Death Chase by Hideyuki Kikuchi. Not to be confused with Coochie Man.
Coochie.
I'm just saying it because that was a funny thing on TikTok too. As far as release dates, the United States got it in 2001. Actually, it was pretty much within the same few years. It came out in 2000 for Fantasia Fest, and then in Japan in April of 2001, and then in September of 2001, we got it. But as far as voice actors go, let's do the deed.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now.
Get to the chopper.
Get to it now.
So sorry.
Wow.
So Dee was played by Andy Philpott. Meyer Link, our supposed main antagonist, John Rafter Lee. Layla was played by Pamela Segal. Charlotte Elbone. Charlotte was played by none other than Wendy frickin' Lee.
I love you, Wendy Lee. You're my favorite.
I know, right?
I love you.
Good grief. She's been in so much
Please
stuff.
come on our podcast.
I know, right? I mean, we literally, Cowboy Bebop. We reviewed that. Ninja Scroll. We've reviewed that. Future episode. We're doing Perfect Blue.
Yes, we're gonna have to do Perfect Blue.
So she's also in Perfect Blue. So guess what, Wendy? We're doing a third one for you.
Wendy Lee, I love you so much.
You should be our A.
Text me.
You should just come on our show and be our A. And everything will be A.
She's gonna be my cheap house.
Really?
I don't know what she looks like.
Jesus, man, you got Google.
All right, go on and keep talking. I'm gonna Google.
There you go. So we didn't get a lot from Dee's left hand in the first movie, but this time Dee's left hand has a lot more personality, and it's played by Mike McShane. So Mike McShane, thank you for doing that for us. Carmilla was played by Julia Fletcher. Borgoff Marcus was played by Matt McKenzie. Mm-hmm. Nolt Marcus, John DiMaggio. Yeah. And if you don't know John DiMaggio, once again, he's another one of folks that pops up in a lot of stuff we do. Princess Mononoke, he was Gonza.
Sure, Wendy Lee, you're 62 years old. You can still be my cheap ass. That's fine.
All right. Go ahead.
I'll break out the cobwebs.
Get that. Stop. I'm pretty sure she gets plenty of action.
She don't need my
if she's not already
ass.
married. Cal Marcus, played by Alex Fernandez. Grove Marcus, played by Jack Fletcher. Polk, played by John Hostetler. The sheriff, also played by John DiMaggio. Now, this was one that we had that had a lot of doubles, or at least a few doubles. John DiMaggio, once again, like I said, the sheriff. Ben Gay was Dwight Schultz. Caroline was played by Mary Elizabeth. And again, here's two more for John DiMaggio. Makira and John Elborn. Like, bro.
We're going to have to do Akira, one of our decade podcasts, instead of a Ghibli. Because Akira is just a fucking classic. I love Akira.
That's fair.
And
when we need to schedule that one.
I mean, we could probably do like 30.
You want to do 30? Akira?
I mean, we don't have to.
I mean, we do 25.
We can do whatever.
25.
We're grown-ass men. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We don't have to do anything on a schedule.
That's right. No one tells me what to do.
Yeah.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Nobody.
So, there you go.
So, no one's in the corner. There you go. Everyone's happy.
That's right. No one put baby in the corner.
No one.
Alan Elborn, played by John DeMita, and John DeMita also played the priest. Layla's grandmother was played by Debbie Derryberry.
Derber?
Derber.
Alright.
Harry Curry here.
Hey, if you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself? I know I would. I'd be delicious. I'd cover myself with sauerkraut.
See, after seeing what's inside hot dogs, I don't know if I want to. But then you cook them and you're like, ooh, this is still.
Hey, you know what? This is acceptable.
It's still acceptable.
This will make poop later.
Just saying.
It'll make poop. That's all that matters.
Everything comes down to poop.
Da-da-da-da.
Old Man of the Barbaroy was played also by Dwight Schultz.
You can figure out what's wrong with you by looking at your poo. Turk?
If you didn't know, eventually we're probably going to plan on doing a Scrubs rewatch. at some point.
Is it just a hemorrhoid or is it rectal cancer?
And we will probably sing along to some of these songs as they pop up.
When you flush your dookie down, you flush away the answer.
If you don't remember the musical episode of Scrubs,
Oh, it was one of the best fucking episodes.
just go back. It's one of the later seasons.
Oh,
it's
God.
I think it's was it after they switched from NBC to ABC?
I can't even remember, but I remember if you listen to another podcast called Fake Doctors, Real Friends.
Oh yes, because
They review every episode,
It's so
and one of the most recent ones was that episode, and them talking about it and the rewrites that they made in
Really?
the song. Yeah, they were talking about how poops are sometimes letter J's, but apparently the company did not approve of that.
That's
for
fair.
some reason talking about letter J poop shaped letter poop was bad for them, but them talking about it, and of course they were singing it. So fucking funny. Oh my god.
I don't know if I like them doing the T-Mobile commercials.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn about that.
I feel like they're reaching.
You know how many different fucking podcasts we could fucking do on the shit we love? Like there's Clerks.
Oh yeah.
I mean not Clerks. Scrubs.
Yeah.
There's fucking Letterkenny.
Yeah.
There's the MCU shit we could talk about for fucking ever.
Yeah.
There's anime, obviously.
Yeah.
God damn it. We could
Now-
spend all day just doing podcasts on the shit we love.
Oh yeah. And that's what people do. And yes, we didn't start during the whole COVID-19 start and hype, and when everybody was like, "I'm stuck inside. What am I going to do? I'm going to
Listen to other people talk.
I'm gonna just make videos and have fun." I didn't do it. I feel bad that I didn't do it. I probably should have been doing it, but you know what? I had a lot of stuff to watch.
We're here now.
I had
here
a lot
now.
of stuff to watch. You know what I'm watching now?
What?
I mean, outside of Vampire Hunter D.
Right.
I started watching. Watched the first half of this show called Gate. It's an isekai, and the isekai is a where you're taken from the real world and taken to a fantasy world, and a gate opens up in Tokyo, and people from a fantasy style world, kind of like old school medieval kind of stuff, but they have goblins and friggin' dragons flying through too. So, dude from the Self Defense Force literally saves a bunch of people, and now they're crossing over into the fantasy world and like picking up people. Like he's
That's
got
fun.
he's got a small little harem going on.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got
Good for him.
elf, a demigod, and a sorceress.
What a week.
Right? 12 episodes in. I'm loving it so far. Loving
It's
it.
called Gate. What is it on?
Hulu.
Damn it, I don't have Hulu.
It's on Hulu right now. Another thing to look for: Cyberpunk is on Netflix right now, and I've heard really good things about it. I haven't started watching it. I need to finish the second half of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Stone Ocean.
Don't bother. I can't stand that art style. I can't.
You
get into it.
you look.
I can't get into it. I'm sorry.
I started it. I gotta finish it.
All right.
I've seen everything else. I'm not going to stop now. I've seen so many Joe Stars. I gotta finish this.
Okay, we're talking about Vampire Hunter.
Exactly.
We-
last
fuck, we've been
character
distracted.
voice actress, Dee's mother, voiced by Julia Fletcher. Once again, double duty. Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, so I'll talk about the art style a little bit. It was fucking beautiful.
Yes, in
They did
comparison to the
an amazing
1980s.
job. The backgrounds were all obviously that watercolor shit, kind of like it
so
was.
Good. The once again, I will always go to when a artist puts in a garden scene and
The garden. You're talking about the one where they were like halfway in the water up to their ankles.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes.
It was the. It almost looked like a Roman,
Like a-
sort of.
I can't even think of the
Like
word.
a mausoleum or pillars and shit everywhere, but it was also overgrown
Yeah.
at the same time. Where
I mean, but
he met up.
once
with,
again, we're still in like a post-apocalyptic kind of world, but
Yeah.
it's
It was fucking beautiful.
post-apocalyptic, but still within rebirth kind of phase. So
Yeah. I mean, they can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want.
Correct.
So they did, but that area was fucking beautiful.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
But the story for this one was mostly
Rescue mission
it was a rescue mission.
for
Yeah.
D anyway.
Yeah, because the father. So this girl gets taken by a vampire, and he's like, oh, he's kidnapped her, and I hired you, D, to take her to go get her. Whether you get her alive or dead, it doesn't matter. just get her.
Yeah, he literally says, bring her back alive, but if you can't do that, at least make her death quick and bring her back to us so we can bury her.
Yeah, and but he was like, also we hired the brothers.
The Marcus brothers.
Marcus brothers to get her as well. So whoever gets her first, gets
paid.
Yeah. But then the Marcus brothers aren't just two guys. It's like a group of people.
Yeah, it's 4 brothers and a
random girl
that they picked up, Layla.
Yeah, who I mean, she's also a badass in her own right.
And everybody has their own motivations.
Yeah. And she's obviously, because she's a female, she falls in love with the quiet, silent type.
And see, I felt like she had the best connection she had within the Marcus brothers was Grove.
Yeah.
Primarily because she was, I guess, tending to him
a lot. Yeah. She was taking care of him because he was like overly sickly, but when they injected him with the shit, he turned into like a ghostly
badass.
Yeah. And he just obliterated everything with like spirits or energy.
I'm gonna go with it's almost like ethereal.
Yeah.
Like it didn't just cut through your body; it cut through your entire being.
But like, was he sick because he did all this shit, or was it like he could do this before, but he was becoming sick and they were still using him to continue to do that?
I think because his main capability was that, like, his body was basically being eaten away every time he took the serum.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So it's more of a complex situation for him.
Yeah.
He's like their trump card. They're not going to be like, yo, you're the first line of defense. We can't do this. He's the last line. When shit's literally hitting the fucking
because
fan.
they only used him when shit was hitting the fan.
Oh, yeah. And when he came through, he came through.
Yeah.
Fucking murked the shit out of the Barbara Roy.
Yeah. But there was like, they were, so Dee's chasing this vampire who supposedly took this girl, and I don't know why, but they were on a carriage.
Yeah.
Of course, going to...
Meyer Link and the girl he kidnapped was Charlotte Elborn.
Yeah. So he was chasing them, and he gets on top, and as he's about to, like, pretty much deal a killing blow to the vampire, she calls his name, and because she calls his name, he's like, wait, she's not under his influence.
Yeah, it's the connotation. Like, unlike in the first Vampire Hunter D, where, what was his name? Marcus? No.
He was of the...
It was Dick.
I tried to block it out of my mind because it was so terrible.
I know. It was so traumatizing to have our youth destroyed by that rewatch.
But but yeah, she was taken basically by his vampiric charm.
Right.
And he used his magic to influence her to be his wife or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Whereas
she was still conscious of her actions.
Yeah, and she was like, no, I choose him.
Right.
And so he stops from killing her, and his hand, which has the best voice actor.
Yeah.
So anyone,
if you decided to watch this before you listened to this, look at the hand in the first movie, and it's youthful, has all its teeth.
Yeah.
But now you're looking at Dee's hand, and he's missing teeth, and he's grizzled and old looking now.
But he's like,
so
but they explain his power a little better.
But how old is the hand now? How old is Dee? Because Dee seems pretty freaking eternal. Like, he's got like the vampire.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's got the perfect vampire heritage. Like, he's a daywalker. He can be out in the sun. He is the Japanese Blade.
Yes.
This is. Like, we will never get a movie where we can actually have these actors be there forever and play these characters forever. So you can't have, I don't know, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Still playing Blade. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe still.
I don't know. He doesn't really look.
He doesn't age really.
Yeah. Even Wesley Snipes right now doesn't look super old.
But
or at least in the last movie.
It wouldn't surprise me if they bring him into the fucking Marvel universe, though.
I mean, with all the variants, I would love to see Blade meet Blade.
But But my point is,
Yeah.
The best voice actor in this entire fucking movie was the Hand.
Yeah.
Like, he was funny as shit, and he was talking to Dee the entire time. I don't think we should go in here. What are you doing?
Nope.
It's a bad idea.
The sand mantas.
And he just, yeah, don't go through the sand mantas. And then the sand mantas go through.
They're,
And he's like,
they're crazy.
yeah, you're crazy. And he's like jumping
Freaking
over
out.
them with this cybernetic fucking horse.
Yeah, we don't just have regular horses now. We have cyborg horses or robotic horses that look like regular horses. I'm like, bro, what is going on with these things?
He's a badass.
I know
He's
he's
a vampire. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I mean, yeah. I'm not going to question that, except for the point, when he's like, you're dying from over sun exposure. You need to dig a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does it.
You know better.
Because he's D. He does whatever the fuck he
You
wants.
knew better.
Like, he stops, what was it? When he was heading to the vampire's lair, which was like a mirror wall or something
It
like
was
that.
perfectly camouflaged, though, because
Yeah.
it's reflecting things. You're like, oh, it's just the evening sun until you get close. But he's like, got pebbles in his hand.
Yeah,
He
he's got
starts-
those pebbles in his hand, just flicking them up, and he's just like, choo, 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 choo,
little
choo,
little
choo.
crazy lasers on the side of there's like,
Yeah. Yeah, like the pebbles were enough to
yeah.
stop it. And then Crazy Bitch goes in and rides her motorcycle on the wall.
Her motorized unicycle.
Yeah, motorized unicycle, basically. And
With
gets
the
shot the
bazooka.
fuck up.
With a freaking no, that was the funny part. How are you gonna ride that shit and then shoot him with the bazooka? And not only does he block it with his ability to turn his cloak into metallic styled wings,
Yeah.
blocks that shit, and then basically sends it right back at you. All the shrapnel, and that shit hits you in the arm. And you're like, ah! You're, I'm hurt.
Ow. I'm a woman. You don't need to help me. I don't need your help. And then Dee helps her, and she's like, you just wanted to look at my clothes, didn't you? You don't want to look at me naked. And he's like, nah, bro.
You was calling for your mom. Sounded like you needed her.
Yeah. You
I
sound
played
kinda-
your mom. What's up, B? Like, damn. Like, bro, that was savage as shit.
Yeah. You were calling for your mom. And she's like,
How dare you listen to my conversations in my sleep?
how dare you listen to me talking to myself when I'm unconscious from being shot?
I didn't lose my leg and now I'm to serve you kids fries. You didn't lose your leg. That's right. I didn't lose my leg. Good times. Heffernan. Yay.
But yeah, he goes and chases after this bitch for a while, and the team, like, oh god, what was that vampire's name? It keeps slipping my head. The vampire he was chasing, who was in love with Charlotte,
Meyerlink.
Meyerlink. He had a shitload of people who followed him.
The bar, yeah, he. So outside of Meyerlink, the vampire who Dee is chasing, and outside of the Marcus brothers, you find there's a society of mutants and monsters called the Barbaroi, and apparently they were hired by an outside person, outside of Meyerlink, to help
protect him, yeah.
So I'm like, who is this person who has hired you?
Probably that lady at the end.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, you're when you're mid film and you're like, I mean, yes, I've seen this before,
Right.
but on the
Which
rewatch,
is why we're here.
you hit the rewatch and you're like, who could be the person behind all this? As a person who's just trying to review it and just trying to look at it from a
Yes, of
different
course.
pair of eyes, a
Yes,
different
of course.
perspective.
Looking on the outside.
Yo, the leader of the Barbaroi was a fucking weirdo.
Fucking weirdo piece of shit.
Apparently, there was a whole theme for unicycles.
Yeah, because everybody was riding some sort of unicycle.
She's riding a unicycle.
He was just riding it in circles. Like,
just having fun. Ah,
Look at me.
look at you, sir.
We're going to kill you now.
I have the utmost respect for you, but you have to die.
Yes, I'll murder you now. Thank you.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, grade A voice acting given.
Yeah.
Grade A animation for his whole like little spiel and all the Barbaroi that are hanging around. But still, bruh.
Yeah, he was. They did a lot of homage to the first one with the silhouettes and shit of the monsters that were in the Barbarois.
Yeah, but it wasn't like you're questioning what these creatures are. You know that they're mutants, demons, or some kind of conglomeration of the both. Just there, but they've created their own community.
Yeah,
and they're for hire, which is only by the people of the dark. if you live by the night,
you live by the night.
You can hire us.
Do you have night money?
You got that? Do you have that black coin?
Ah, yes, but of course. Because who would I hire except for the Barbarois when I live in the night?
It is black speak. It says payment
Yes,
upon acquisition of your head.
So G-Fuck
Damn, Gandalf.
the Barbarois. But my favorite one that was following him was the one that turned into metal.
Oh,
and went inside the tank and turned.
yeah.
It was just like
Hold up.
spikes going in, and then suddenly, like spikes everywhere inside the tank, wrecked it all to shit.
God, what was her name?
And she also turned into the tree.
Well, that almost makes it sound like she was an elemental when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because of the way, but even though her main weapon seemed to be her hair when she was not using the ability to merge into other things. Like her hair was like a huge extension.
Yeah.
She was like Medusa from the MCU.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
she like merged into the trees when she was fighting D, and she was my favorite though because she had such a unique and fun ability, at least the way she used it. Like, and she wasn't dead when you thought she was.
No. So that shit was funny because D chops her freaking head off when she merges in with the tree. But then you're like, okay, so she's dead. And then they pan back to her head and her freaking eyes open and you're like, oh, shit.
Boy.
Oh, shit. But yeah, her actual death, like, damn.
Yeah.
That shit was crucial. Like, yeah, there ain't no one coming back from that. Took a dagger to the head. Oh, you think that's gonna kill me? Ma'am, you're in the middle of a storm. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, electrocution does kill a lot of stuffs.
Yeah.
Except for Frankenstein. It don't kill Frankenstein.
He likes that.
Yeah, that's it. That's his jam.
But they also that other guy who was a werewolf, but not a werewolf in the way that you would imagine it. Like they were crossing over the bridge, and the brothers had those bombs that were put underneath the bridge to be like,
his olfactory senses were connected to his sight, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So he could actually smell the gunpowder or the C4, and his eyes picked it up as a different spectrum of sight. And I was like, oh shit, there's some Predator stuff right here.
And then not only did he like turn into a werewolf of sorts, but his stomach was the mouth.
Yeah, so like he was furry, and you could see the augmentations to his body features, but his main mouth was his actual stomach. So like when he took you in, he took you directly into his digestive tract. It wasn't like, oh no, I've got to.
In my mouth had to chew you into pieces.
Nope. No. It was just like
it was a giant mouth, and
gulp.
He inhaled you.
Yeah, pretty much like a gator. No.
Yeah.
No, king shark. King
shark. Okay, yes. But he was pretty cool. He lasted the longest of all of them.
Yeah, he lasted the longest only because he was not in direct conflict, and he was the main driver until the very last leg to the castle.
Yeah.
I really wish they had utilized him a little bit more.
He could have been. He could have had some.
Oh, he could have been so much more badass. Like I feel like he could have been like at least a little sidekick to certain fights and like dip off, be like, "You got this? Yeah, I got this. All right.
Yeah. All right. Peace. Pow 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 pow
right?
pow pow.
And we're like, oh no, he couldn't handle it. Not gonna pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like his death was too quick too. Yeah,
it was. I mean, but that was the way with all.
I mean, when you look at films like underworld where vampires are literally in on war with werewolves.
Yeah.
It's not a super simple fight for the most part, depending on the age of the werewolf. If it's like an old, like Lucian, for instance,
Yeah.
old, like first of his line,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be an easy fight.
No.
Even though I still feel like they fucking did his ass wrong, which is probably why they had to make the third movie to give him his origin story. Like, y'all did that man fucking dirty. He got shot in the back. Come on, bruh, come on.
And they're like, okay, let's make a whole other movie just for him.
Thank you,
It's fun.
because he's an amazing actor. And
Yeah.
He deserved it.
He is. He's a good one. So, I mean, there was also the dude who like merged into the fucking shadows.
Yeah, his power was fun because it wasn't just I'm a part of the shadows. Like he could literally create a cat's cradle and create like an alternate space.
Yeah.
Because he trapped D in that alternate space, and I was like, oh shit, that's tight,
You fucked, buddy.
right? He had D in there for a good minute.
Yeah.
For a good minute, and it wasn't just that. I feel like in comparison to guy from Ninja Scroll, his power set was way better.
Yeah.
In the shadows.
Yeah, and he did.
Even though his
because dude from the shadow got his leg chopped off and was like hopping.
Poke!
And he's poking away and he's
then-
like, "I'll
and then-
fuck you."
And whoop,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah.
But the dude from the shadows, he had definitely more
think it
of a
was,
skill set
yeah, I
than the
think it
one
was-
from Ninja Scroll. But he also he did get killed like a bitch.
Well,
He was at like a halfway construction site.
yeah. I mean, when you're going against multiple people, you need to have enough knowledge of their capabilities and their power sets. And I mean, they really didn't have a lot going for him. Like, Borgov had like little mini crossbow attached to his arm.
But he shot a shitload all.
Oh
at
yeah,
once.
he was fast as fuck.
He's like, yeah. Because
And,
he took like just a fucking handful, and he's just like.
the bigger brother had the freaking basically a stake hammer. So
Yeah, but he was the first one to go.
yeah, but yeah, he was the first one who died by Bingay. Yeah, I think it was Bingay's
Yeah.
capabilities.
Yeah. He was the first one to go.
out for the shadow, because I mean, he literally stabbed dude's shadow.
Yeah.
And it stabbed him. Like, oh shit.
Yeah,
That's-
because he had that cross on his face, and
Yeah.
he was the first one to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they all had their own little skill sets, and they beat the shit out of those zombies.
Oh yeah.
the
When they were really initially introduced, yeah, they
fucked up
fucking
them
yeah they
zombies.
took. Well, I mean, because they were low level. I mean, so I feel like Vampire Hunter D and I know you probably haven't seen it. Hellsing
Nope.
use low level vampires as like ghouls, so they're not completely normal. Even though you see this old guy looking like a drunk,
Yeah.
is coherent, can speak
Yeah.
until he straight.
Right.
But they're basically ghouls. They're not fully in control
Which
of
is
themselves.
kind of like the Doctor from the first one,
right. Well,
who was fine, and then suddenly he's like,
which is why
I
we
used to
talked.
see you as a
Which is
daughter.
why we talked about this in the BS, where I was like, "Bro, why do vampires just straight change completely from their human selves when they become vampires?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is your motivation any different?"
If you'd like to see that BS, subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah, we've given a little little something for you. Yeah,
But yeah, you're right.
yeah. I don't. I mean, you can either be a pure blood vampire and you're born into it, and you're born with the bloodlust, and you have no choice but to follow that line. No matter how you get your blood, you get your blood. But for a person who transcends into a vampire, I don't understand why they go from I'm nice and mild mannered to just being like, I've lost my shit, fuck everything, I'll be hardcore and just do what the fuck ever I want, and either get straight murked super fast because you're new to the life, or become even more of an asshole. Say Deacon Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a sit into the corner and listen to my techno music while I decipher this book.
I'm reading it.
I want it.
Why are we making our own intro music?
Like, why not?
Yeah, I want it.
Oh no, we've become vampires. We've gone off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it will consistently baffle me why people's mindsets just take a huge fucking 360 or 180 from the people they are before.
Discussed on the BS. It's
I know.
It's a bloodlust thing. Like it's a new, it's new emotions taking over. It's kind of like when it's a more extreme version of like when you hit puberty. Suddenly, your privates are taking over. I was gonna say your dick, but it's at least half your dick.
Yeah.
There's also women too. It's like suddenly your emotions take, and that's why teaching middle school is the hardest job.
Because you have to deal with the immense amount of estrogen and testosterone that
and just
comes
the changing of people trying to find themselves, kids trying to find themselves and understand what they are, and they're going to school like this, and every kid is a fucking asshole because anyone who they can poke fun of to get eyes off of themselves, they're gonna do it. Yeah,
kids are terrible.
Kids are fucking assholes. I love them. I can't wait to be a teacher. But anyways, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
Yeah, so
him chasing. I liked how they made the chick at the end. I cannot remember her name.
Oh, were you talking about
redhead?
Carmilla.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Bath. Carmilla. One of the Hellboy animated movie.
I haven't seen
Blood and Iron.
I did watch the movie, but I did not.
Yeah, it was one of the animated features that came out after the first one. They made two. It was Blood and Iron and something about a storm, but it was dealt with a sword. I don't know. The first one basically had a blood priestess and little harpy weird sisters trying to resurrect her in a similar fashion to what's happening with Carmilla towards the end, where Carmilla is like, I need blood to resurrect myself. So they like straight lure people to this house,
which is also a spaceship.
Yeah. So just like in Vampire Hunter D, the 2-track. So watch Vampire Hunter D. Watch Hellboy, Blood and Iron, or Iron and Blood. I forget the actual title. It's probably Iron and Blood. And find the consistencies between the two, because it's very similar to a certain extent when it comes towards the end of both of the movies. Because like I said, Carmilla's trying to resurrect herself in this one, and so is this blood priestess in the second one, or in Hellboy.
Well, I feel like that's a pretty common theme when it comes to vampires, and
most vampires are already still here. Now, Carmilla says that vampire souls are eternal, so even if their body is like screwed over, like she was stabbed in the chest by Dracula, apparently, the vampire king. So her body is dead. Is dead.
Yeah.
With a sword still in her heart.
Yeah.
But you would think that if a vampire, because you have to think every vampire in media is different to a certain extent. Like some of them burst into just ashes immediately when they die.
Yeah.
Or it's just,
Or there's also that, you have to keep the stake in their chest.
Right.
In order for them to continually be dead.
Right. So it's, depending on the media, vampires die different ways, or their bodies are schluffed, or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
So
I prefer the one where they turn to ashes so that I don't have to deal with this shit.
Look at Blade. Stake in the heart. Poof. Ash.
Yeah.
Sun, ash. Obviously. That's That's dunzo.
Yeah.
That's right. They're on the dunzo list.
Oh!
You get hit by the sun? Dunzo. Stabbed in the heart? Dunzo. Head off? Dunzo. We're dunzo. And if you get that Parks and Rec little tidbit,
Oh,
we
God.
can be friends.
Treat yourself.
Man, that was my favorite episode. That was my favorite episode of Parks and Rec. Freaking Ben walking out in that full Batman suit, and then at the end when he does all the freaking cape swishes, I was like, man, that shit was perfect. This is
Treat
street.
yourself.
This is street level Batman. I fix modems. I fix the internet. Swish. Like, all right, cool.
Oh, God, we keep getting distracted from this shit.
But it's because we have so many references to use. We have so many references in our arsenal.
But I'll tell you, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust was way better than the original. I feel like it threw a few band-aids on the wounds from the original.
Easily. I accept this version of Vampire Hunter D wholeheartedly in comparison to the first one. Honestly, I want them to make another one. I wouldn't mind. It doesn't matter what iteration, but as long as it looked as good, if not better than this one, don't use the same style as like Demon Slayer. I mean, use a great art style. I once again,
Like
you can
the
use
one
the
that
same
they
one.
used. That's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
That's
that's perfectly
great.
fine. As long as you keep it to the story of one of the books and you have a great voice cast, whether it be this voice cast or some of the same players, as long as...
I mean, D has such a... the way that he is such a way where they could easily make a series.
Yeah.
And each one is not connected in any way whatsoever because he's a fucking wanderer.
Yeah.
He wanders and he does whatever the fuck he wants.
He's
like,
ridden... Well...
He gets a woman to fall in love with him, and then he disappears.
Yeah, he doesn't...
He doesn't even
do
get
anything
his rocks
with
off. He just, hey, you're in love with me? Cool. Walks away.
Yeah, because that's basically what happens. So...
He kills a bunch of badasses.
You already know that we're going to give you... We already know this is a whole spoiler themed. But, so, at the end, Carmilla manages to almost resurrect herself with the blood of... Charlotte. And Meyer and Dee get into a big fight. Carmilla finally completely dead. Meyer takes Charlotte into apparently a spire of the castle that was a spaceship. Apparently all vampires had a castle that had a rocket ship to take them to the City of Night, which apparently was on the moon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So they take off.
Who fucking knows?
Basically, Charlotte's already dead, but Meyer said, "I'm going to make it."
Yeah.
Layla, we didn't really give a lot of information about Layla, but Layla apparently lost her parents to vampires at a young age, and that's why she joins the Marcus brothers. She's basically on a revenge kick.
Yeah.
Taking as many vampires down as she can before she dies. But through D, she begins to kind of feel empathy for Charlotte and Meyer, and before all the shit hits the fan, she kind of reconciles with her own past, and then as the rocket takes off, she is literally rooting for them to get out of the atmosphere and get to at least find their little bit of peace in the heavens. So I found that kind of heartwarming to find her finally let go of all that hatred that she had.
Yeah.
D also makes a pact with Layla that
when she dies,
he will visit
be at
her.
the funeral.
Yeah, because it's only mutual respect and I guess a little bit of camaraderie at that point because they've been helping each other out inadvertently at first and then intentionally after. So
but then
at the end of the movie, he's there way away from everybody else in the tree, but this little girl who kind of looks like her sees him.
Eat our food.
And she comes rolling up to him. You're him, aren't you? He's like, yes. Yeah. I'm just paying my respects to an old friend. Oh, you should come meet everybody.
You should come eat dinner with us.
Nah, that's not my...
I'm good, bro.
That's not my bag. So, I'm going to be out, but it was great to meet you. And I'm out.
Yeah. So
And luckily we didn't get the same outro where it's like, hey, look at all these places.
Yeah.
In this
Here's the Taj
post-apocalyptic
Mahal, and here's blah blah blah, the places he's walking away from.
We don't care.
No one gives a shit.
We don't care.
Congratulations, you could do a really good art style and show him
And
walking on his horse
just
through it.
just away.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was near a waterfall when the credits started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the movie.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you.
He just walked far enough away, and that was the end. Not, I'm walking all across the fucking world.
Yeah.
Look at the world now. It's terrible.
This
and
is a
beautiful.
shithole. But look at me walk through. Everything looks better with a garden on it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Last of
I
Us
like
showed
pretty
that.
I love pretty gardens. I can't help it.
I love modern buildings with like grass and vines growing out of them.
Yes.
They're so pretty.
I don't know what it just as long as there's nature present. Like, I don't like artificial light. Like, I don't like lamps.
No.
I like sunlight coming into my home.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's natural.
Yeah.
And it's normal.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking around like?
I'm looking at my lamp right now like
like, you sneaky son of a
I
bitch.
fucking hate you. But if I didn't have you right now, I couldn't see shit.
But yeah, this it basically, like, in the first one they showed a bunch of famous places that were overrun.
Yeah.
With like
either
weeds
destruction
and vines
or overgrown.
Yeah, they were overgrown basically. Like what it would look like if no one touched it for hundreds of years.
Yes.
But in this one they didn't do that so much, and
No, it was more normalified.
yeah,
Like, everything had been pretty much rebuilt to a certain extent. It was still like post-apocalyptic, but it was like Wild Westy or semi modernized with steampunk
yeah.
extenuations.
So let's do
Finales? Huh?
ratings.
Ratings, yes.
Yeah,
You want me to go first?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
I don't give a damn for shit.
Solid 8.5.
8.5.
8.5.
8.5. We're gonna go even on this one.
Are we going? Is
8.5.
that 8.5?
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, because this shit was way better than the first one.
So much freaking better.
It was fun. It had a good story. The art was fantastic. I enjoyed watching the art, even though they all kind of had, like, D kind of killed them all in the same way, where they were like, huh? And they turned their head and then...
No, because
Binke
Binke actually got killed by Kyle Marcus with his little crossblade thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, D got the last two Barbara Roy and Carmilla and partially Meyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was way better told the first one.
Oh, hell
way
yeah.
better drawn than the first one.
Easily.
And it was fun. And I liked it way better than the earlier one. And it kind of put a salve over my scars from the original Vampire Hunter D.
We were so burned.
We were so painfully
We
burned. We need some aloe vera.
Yep.
Give me some of that calamine lotion from our...
We need aloe stat!
I mean, because we had that, and then we had, right before that, we had a Stranger, and it was like...
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was a double burn.
Well,
but you know what,
well,
honestly,
at least we had at least a little something on episode 4.
I want to find something terrible for us.
Why?
Because I love bitching about how terrible shit is.
All right, find another. Well, I mean, our last slice of life was amazing. So
It was so good. Your name, I mean, that's my number one of all the ones we've done so far.
I'm pretty sure I feel like I've shouted out, but I'll shout out again. Anime Senpai, thank you so much for having this as the number 2 top movie
It was so
of all time. Because
so good. So
Jesus
right.
Christ.
So right.
So listen to us,
anyways.
but also listen to Anime Senpai podcast as well. Because
What was their number 1? If that was number 2. What?
Nope.
Who is it?
you can watch it.
What is it?
You go watch it.
What is it?
Go watch it on TikTok.
Why?
Go watch it on TikTok.
Why?
I don't want to give it away to everybody.
Tell me.
Or you can go find it on TikTok yourself. Anime Senpai Podcast on
No,
TikTok.
tell me.
Look, I'm trying to help everybody else out too. I mean, I know he's out in LA, but
Fuck them. Tell me.
hey, stop it. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. He's got a podcast. We got a podcast. We should try to team up.
All right, we're friends.
I know exactly.
All
We're
right,
all
we're
friends.
friends.
We're all
All right.
friends.
So let me tell you how you can find us. kgnapodcast@gmail.com. Email us directly. Tell us what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
What's your favorite anime? What's your favorite? Who's better, me or Jay?
Oh,
What's
we're
your
going there. I mean, we could do a poll right now.
Let's do a poll.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding. Don't do a poll. I don't want one of us to be sad.
Yeah. So you can find us at KJNA Podcast on TikTok,
Twitter,
Facebook,
and Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also find us at the KJNA community on Facebook as well.
That's where we are a lot.
Yeah,
I like to comment on shit that Jay posts.
Hey, I'm trying to let everybody know what's popping off, and sometimes I don't know what's popping off because I don't look at the news immediately because I have mobile game when I first wake up in the morning, which is terrible.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I sit there and I scroll through Facebook and drink my coffee until I'm 2 cups of coffee in. That's when I feel like it's time to get dressed.
Yes. I love to put out the little, hey, good morning, have your
You
coffee,
do.
and let's get it. Let's
do.
get it.
You do. And the
'Cause-
people I talk to are like, hey, I'd get a cup of coffee from that motherfucker.
Yeah, I did post the Levi picture, and I didn't think it was gonna get
Prison. Prison.
It's just ODM gear straps. Jesus Christ.
Prison.
He's only person from that show that from the main cast. Aaron has been in prison several times
I'm
now.
just fucking around. It's fun.
And then on top of that, Levi goes through some shit. He's a little scarred now, so not as pretty as he is in that picture.
All right, so
Yeah.
people, please contact us. We love hearing from you. We love to talk to you.
Yes, we want to make this a community that can shoot the shit, have a little fun.
Yeah. And let's debate.
Yeah, let's debate on all kinds of stuff, like who's a better character in a mainstream anime. Like, is Goku really all he's worth, or maybe it's Ichigo Kurosaki? I don't know. Maybe it's Sasuke Uchiha.
Or maybe you can just tell us what your favorite anime is, and maybe we'll watch it.
Yeah. Series,
or
movie.
What's the worst one you've ever seen, and we'll watch that.
Yeah.
Any one of them.
We'll
It's
do
fun.
it.
I'll do it because it's funny as shit. I love doing the shitty ones more than I like doing the good ones, because the good ones there's not much to talk about because I'm like, I just enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
The other ones are just like, what happened?
So,
What happened with this shit?
So I've been thinking, and I actually made my own little TikTok.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking that I might do some silly shit on my own little TikTok.
Please.
So, come find me on TikTok, Jay's Place. I haven't made a video yet, but I have ideas. So,
Are you promoting yourself?
a little bit. little side gig.
Okay.
Little side gig.
Okay. Jay's Place.
When I'm not doing this stuff.
I was gonna try a TikTok with a bunch of Lego people, so
It's perfectly fine. Do
fair
it.
enough.
Do it.
No.
No? Not gonna build stuff?
Nope.
You should build stuff.
Nope.
Make your own little world.
Nope. Nope.
I made my own castle.
Nope.
And upon this castle I shall rule this world.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye guys.